everybody, this is Jeannie from aplaceformycards.blogspot.com, and this is the card we're going to be doing today. It's called Fishtails. It's the card that I did for the Bitten by the Bug 2 Design Team Challenge for this week, and the cut we were supposed to use was the fish from Campin Out. And this is what the inside looks like, and let's get started. These are the tools you'll need. You'll need some kind of tape gun. And then I used quilling glue for all the tiny pieces. I love quilling glue. I like this little point. I used 3D dot dots. I like the clear dots where the white doesn't show from the sides. But you can use any kind of pop dots that you like, or any kind of adhesive that you like. I used a medium colored water-based dye ink and a wedgie makeup sponge to apply it. I used Close to Cocoa, and this is Stampin' Up, but you can use any water-based dye ink or any ink that you're comfortable with. I used a Sharpie marker, a brown Sharpie marker, to add some little dots. I used this black fine tip marker for the eye of the little fish, and I used this wonderful pen I've discovered. It's a Jelly Roll sparkle pen, and I used it to add a little bit of glitter to the fish. It dries really fast, and it's not too much. It's not too invasive. Just a little bit of shine. And then the paper I used surprised me when I went to pick out my paper. I ended up using paper from K & Company. It's the Ancestry.com paper, and I got to looking through it, and this is the paper that ended up working out right for this card today. Okay, I'm going to start out with, this is my card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's an 8 1/2 by 11 piece of white cardstock cut in half and then folded. My frame piece is 4 by 5 1/4. It's this piece right here, and it's on the inside too. My background piece is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and that's this piece right here on the inside. And then this right here is my sentiment piece, and it's 2 3/4 by 4. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put together all the pieces that are cut in layers. Let me first tell you though what all the cuts are. These are from George. This is a rectangle, and these are a square from George. To get the rectangle the width I wanted it, I unlengthed the width and the height, and I made the width. I put it on real dial size, and I knew I wanted this as big as my background piece, so I made it 4 3/4 inches wide, and then I just moved it around till I got it the height I needed to, and I just tapped on height, then I changed the height by itself till I got it where I thought it looked right. The fish right here is from Campin Out. The letters are from Stamped, and I used the little shorty letters, and they do not have a shadow. So instead of doing the shadow, I welded these letters. I duplicated these letters and welded it to an I from George turned sideways. So this little strip right here is from George, and it's the letter I turned sideways, and then I stretched it out with my width and length feature till I got it as wide as I wanted, and it's welded to fish. And I hope that helped you. In a second I will show you the screenshot while I'm gone, and maybe that'll help you out some. Everything in red is welded. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to ink a couple of the pieces. Just go around the edges like this. Don't have to be careful. Most people that have trouble inking just kind of overthink it. You don't have to overthink it. You just don't have to think about it much at all. It only takes a second. Go around. I'm going to go around all the pieces. And I also went around the pieces of the letters. Now that doesn't take much ink at all. You don't want too much ink on your sponge when you do this, because you want the color to the letters to stay, but you want enough color on there to make it pop out from the background piece. So while I'm going to ink everything up, and I'm going to assemble all the layers. I'm back. I've assembled the fish tails, the fish to the fish tails, and I put on all the fish, I put the top to the background piece. I'm going to show you what I did on the fish. Here, besides inking around them, I used the gel pen to go around behind these cuts right here to add a little shine. Did it on the tail right here. And then right up in here. Because a lot of times fish scales kind of glitter and sparkle. So I thought that would be a nice touch. And I put a little black dot for his eye to make it more realistic. Maybe you can see that when I move it around. I hope so. And then I wanted to show you how grand this was. Did that. Then I used my quilling glue. Doesn't take much of that at all. And then you can, it makes it easy to just line it right up, put it in place. So that's a little must-have too. Okay, we're going. This is the same thing I did to the part that says fish. Like I say, it doesn't take much glue at all. Need a little right in there. Okay. Down through there. And I'm going to put that, line that up along the bottom. If you miss, this little white glue dries clear and it works out fine. I'm going to take this little fish and put him up here on the inside. See how quick that glitter pen dries. Put him right there. Then I'm going to take, I added a lot of dots to this because you don't want it to cave in any place when you're adding more layers to this. So I have a bunch of pop dots on the back of that. I'm going to fit it right here in the middle. Right like that. Okay, and then I put 3 pop dots on the back of each square. I'll lay them down like this, upside down, where I can, these are perfect squares so you don't have to worry about which way they're turned. Oh, that way I can get them, can eye them that way. I don't worry about getting them real perfect, but you want them, you don't want somebody to be able to just look at it right off and tell you don't have it straight lined up. I'll do the middle piece first. When I added the ink to this, I went ahead and added 5 little dots to each of the corners. On all 3 of these pieces. Missed just a little bit, but we're not worried about it. Here's the little fish. He has like half a pop dot on the back of him. And then this is how our story begins, gets bigger. Turn him the same way. And the big fish has 2 pop dots on the back of him. Goes right like that. Then I'm going to take my brown Sharpie and I'm going to add just a few dots for kind of like for shadow lines. I learned this from Susan. She's on the Bitten by the Bug design team with me, and I love her. She is a sweetheart and does beautiful work. And she made a video not too long ago, and I learned how to add these dots from her video. So thank you, Miss Susan. I felt like these dots just made these letters kind of stand out more. So the colors were so close to the same. And there's our finished card, Fishtails. You can go to my blog, www.aplaceformycards.blogspot.com, and in written instructions I have all the cut sizes of all the pieces, and for the Gypsy or the Cricut if you don't have a Gypsy. And any of the Gypsy directions you can use on Design Studio if you have that. Also, the cut file for this card is available. If you go to my blog, you can find out how to get the cut file for this card. There's what the outside looks like. And there's what the inside looks like. I thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.